my mama cried. And all them drugs had my brain fried. I was knocking girls down like a drive-by.
How you doing, Chicagoland area? This is another episode of A Quiet Enemy with your host, Dr. Andre Marseille, and my co-host.
This is Mookie. The streets about to speak.
And to my left we have
D'Angelo, digital art creator.
So this is our third episode. We are excited to have another special guest, Miss Courtney. My apologies. Courtney. Thank you, Courtney.
Courtney Davis.
You heard me.
Davis Jr.
Right.
It's
You're right.
Very excited to have her. We thank you in advance for willing to come on the show. Tell us a little bit about your story, how you got through it, and the advice you would have for people who are tuning in to our show. But before we get started, we would like to give a shout out to...
We'd like to give a shout out to Beyonce Clothing and Beyonce Care Products. Get you some, go online and get you some. That's what's happening.
It's one of the few clothing lines dedicated to
mental health.
There we have it. We have it. So that's what our shout out is for today's episode. And again, we would definitely like to thank our guest. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Courtney. That's as little as it gets now. And I was dealing with mental health issues, bipolar. It started in my childhood. Wait a minute, this water.
Do you need some Aquafina or some Core?
Yeah, I need some of that smart water. I'm a little stupid right now.
Alright, super.
No, it started when I was a kid. You know what? I'm gonna put it like this. As a kid, young man, we started off just telling my story. As a kid, and I really believe it's important that parents, mothers, fathers, that you learn how to talk to your children, because it's important what you say to them. You don't call kids stupid and dumb or bad, inquisitive. You know, because my mother used to say some real crazy stuff to me that I choose to buy into. Like I was a mistake. Only one time she may have called me a bitch, but I bought into that. You know, and words hurt.
Yes.
Words do hurt. You know, sticks and stones, they break my bones, words, they hurt.
Yeah.
And they resonate in you longer than, because I can remember the first time my mom told me I was a mistake more than I can remember the first whooping. Then again, I do remember that first whooping, because I remember that real big whooping. My brother lied about that. He set the house on fire and blamed it on me. Couldn't get over that one.
Your ass.
For 3 days, man. It was the day before Christmas too.
Yeah, put the matches in your pamper, didn't you?
Look here, let me tell you. Look here, I didn't get no Barbie or nothing else. Look here, and
You're saying about words hurting.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
they hurt really bad. I mean, that's what anybody. You know, words is something that when they fall out your mouth, you can't put them back in.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. I mean, really strategic about what you say out your mouth. You know, especially even in a heated situation, you have to learn how to talk to other people, men and women as human beings. Period. You know, and anyway, this is your session, your therapy thing. Okay.
It's the conversation.
And as a child, I didn't believe I was nothing. You know, I thought I was really a mistake. And dealing with that, it was me and my brother Jeffrey. He's dead now, but dealing with the favoritism in the household, he was, you know, everything he did was good and everything I did was bad. You know, I had to shop at the thrift store if I would do crazy stuff like my mom would say, "You can get them pair of pants if you go ask them if they got a layaway." In the thrift store, Mom. That's mental abuse. That's abuse.
Yeah, it is.
That's abuse.
Yes.
That's abuse, man.
And the sticks.
Yeah. I'm 49 years old and I'm gonna grab on it right now. No, I'm just playing. But anyhow, it bothered me for a long time.
Yeah.
That stuck with me.
You know,
what? What?
no. What I was saying is, You know, when I was growing up, they used to tell me that I would be dead before I was 16.
Oh, wow.
My father, you know, he was in a low point in his life, and he afflict words on me that, you know, that stuck to me. So what you're saying, being mindful of words and what you're saying, those type of things stick to you, because now you have fear in your heart. Mm-hmm. Now you have anxiety. Now you think, you know, insecurities, mm-hmm. you know, and that nature. So when you saying that and people projecting those words,
oh
man, it hurts, man.
Yeah, for me, I ain't gonna say what it was, but I used to always be told that I'm always gonna be a liar. I ain't gonna be shit. Like, mm-hmm. And these are the people that I was very close to, mm-hmm. and looked up to, and just hearing that always stuck with me. Mm-hmm. So I just had to grow up and just be better than that. So that's what I've been trying to do ever since I heard those things. Mm-hmm. So words go a long way, especially when it's speaking to the youth.
And I think the thing that's really important about this discussion about words is that I always tell my clients, you know, words matter. What you say to others and what you say to yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why it's significant is because what you'll notice, what I've noticed in working with a lot of clients, particularly children, is once they get those labels, sometimes they try to live up to them.
Yeah.
If they're told that they're nothing or low lives or whatever the case may be, or even if they get a diagnosis that's like a misdiagnosis, you know, they will try to live up to that diagnosis, to that label,
right,
and play that out, right? You know, kind of what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will.
Yeah.
So words are very dangerous.
Definitely.
So Courtney, growing up and dealing with those issues, you need to just be a little quiet and let me just get my words out.
I mean, it was me telling my story. If you really want to be technical about it, you heard something rude and then just cut me off. You know how you do it. Shut it up. I was talking about, you gotta go ahead, finish with your insight, because I'm the guest.
You look very vivacious. You look very vivacious today.
Don't use them big words on me.
No, but you know, going back to your childhood, do you still deal with those type of insecurities, and are you able to take some of those band-aids off now that you know you're prosperity?
Band-aids.
You know, no, but honestly, can't
you mean like if is the wound still there?
Yeah,
they still there. It's just how you deal with them. See, my insecurities and stuff. See, you let me finish my stuff. I don't like you that much. You see, this might be a new mental illness. I don't like Mookie. Okay, it is diagnosed by not liking somebody who cut you off when you trying to tell your story.
Good.
Anyway, what was I talking about? When you snatch it, you ain't even gotta snatch off the Band-Aid, because anything can trigger because it's sensitive, and it's a sensitive moment that happened to me in my life, and because it was caused by a parent, you know, an overseer, a teacher, somebody that inbreds and imparts into you. And if that person that imparted that into you, it affects you dearly, and of course it'll take you a long way. The difference is the choices that I have. The choice is, do I believe what she say today? See, I got a treatment plan in place to deal with all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been through therapy, but after therapy, what you gonna do with the work? See, you can acknowledge you got a mental illness. What you gonna do about the mental illness? Is you gonna look up being bipolar, schizophrenia, or whatever situation, anxiety, or depressed and all that stuff? And then after you find out what to do, after you find out what it is, what is the treatment plan you have? How are you gonna deal with that? How you gonna
trouble connecting to the internet?
What?
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa.
Don't worry about it. That's my security.
Okay. And then I said it's like I learned how to know who I am, and don't get me wrong, because I'm not perfect at knowing my worth all the time. Sometimes I'll water myself down. Yeah, I do. I water myself down to be a part of, because sometimes the walk seems like it's so lonely. Not that I'll be lonely, but I'll be feeling alone sometimes. Yeah. Or, like, it's because it's a narrow walk when you change your life around. Mm-hmm. See, y'all don't know nothing about me changing my life around because I had a rough life, man. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about molestation. I'm talking about from the age of 3. My mama's boyfriend came into my room. And he rubbed this thing between my legs. And my little brother, not my little brother, my big brother said, "Leave my sister alone." And I was like, the man said, "Leroy, I don't know where you at. I can't remember what your last name is. It might be Green. But your name was Leroy. His name was Leroy." Right? And he was like, "Shut up. It feels good to her." But see, me going to school, I went to school. I learned something about child development and child psychology. And in child development, they have children begin to develop feelings in certain kind of things. You know, when kids get to touching themselves, they notice they got something down there. Mm-hmm. And so when the man did rub his thing against between my legs, and he said, "That feel good," and I said, "Yeah, it felt good." It actually felt good, but I didn't know what he was doing to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I've been through a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? And trauma is, man. If you knew, man. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something about me, man. I was the type of person who never went to sleep on purpose.
Why is that?
Because the time I woke up, somebody was on top of me.
That's deep.
It's messed up how it is.
Yeah, it's messed up. Like, wait a minute. I got through that. I'm okay. I'm a grown woman. I got through that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I healed from that. I forgave them. I forgave myself. That's the strong part.
What allowed you to do that?
Huh?
What allowed you to do that? What allowed you to forgive?
Because guess what?
Yeah.
Although one of them was a parent and other people, first of all, forgiving other people really ain't got nothing to do with them. It got something to do with me, because it takes more energy to hate and to harbor anger and resentment and all that stuff. And I'm the person bound up while you going on about your life, probably raping somebody, other people getting your excitement. And I'm sitting up there in anger and resentment and all this pain. But see, it
takes a while to get to that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Because you have to know that what had happened to you ain't your fault. Yeah. It's not your fault.
Did you think at a certain point in time it was?
Yeah, I told you I forgave them and me.
Yeah.
I forgave me too, because after the first time it went on again and I didn't say nothing. And I'm gonna tell you, this one I'm gonna tell you why I didn't say nothing, because I was inbred. It was in my mind that when my mama's boyfriend did it to me, she didn't do nothing. Okay, and then when somebody else did it to me, when another family member did it to me, and I told their mama, she didn't do nothing. Okay, hold on. Okay. So then, when somebody else did it to me, then so when you live in that, when you conditioned to believe that you ain't worth nothing, and there ain't nobody got to stick up for you, you don't stick up for yourself. Right. Yeah. Until you get your rock bottom.
Yeah. What was your rock bottom?
My rock bottom. I was in a relationship with this man who ran me over with a car, right? And yeah.
Was it a green machine?
It was a green machine.
Luckily, I'm glad you're here, though.
Yeah. I got a lamp, too. I got a little lamp. Okay, anyway, he ran me over with this car. I caught him with this other girl, right? I used to beat up all the girlfriends because I was a very dangerous person. I was dangerous because I used to be violent. I was a hurt person. And hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Hurt people because I don't know how to process, even as a kid. I didn't know how to process nothing. Dude, my mama put me in front of the TV, and inside of the TV was more important than my reality. So I'd rather live in illusions than I did my reality. And sometimes I have to check myself, because I still live in illusion, because I still think that man should come on the white horse and come and save me. Come save me, got to save a hoe. Come save me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's only according to TV. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody got no white horses. Ain't nobody got no capes. And ain't nobody come to save me but Jesus. Excuse me.
That's right.
I'm going to use that. Yeah, for real. That was the only thing that helped me. For real.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
Without you interrupting me. Thank you very much, Mrs.
You welcome.
Courtney Davis.
Okay,
Davis'
Davis'
daughter. No, but for real though, what as you in your teenage years, what was it like? In for you trying to have relationships? Was you are growing up in your teenage and 20s and 30s? Was your relationships was they dysfunctional?
Of course, I was. Let me tell you about that one then. Cause look, yes, it was dysfunctional, man. Man, let me tell you something. One of my parents, my father, ain't either one of them. I don't say names if I want to, but my daddy's here. He who has to go makes the rules, right? Mm-hmm. So he told me I had to go, right? I thought I had to go, but it was fool's gold. Nobody paid attention to my rules. Anyway, This is what happened. I became very promiscuous. See, he was talking about a friend of mine was talking about coping mechanism. It wasn't coping mechanism. It was mask. I did everything I could do to suppress how I feel. If I had to have a drink, smoke a joint, get high, have sex, go shop, gamble. Anything, play cards, anything I can do anything I can do other than address the issue or the situation, I would do it. And so getting in relationships, which I never knew how to do, because everything that was before me was aggressive. So when I was with any man, he was either beating me up, not just because I had a flip mouth. I don't think I had a flip mouth all the time. I think I was just reading what I saw. I used to beat up a lot of people when I was kids, but I was a toxic person, man. And let's be real. I have to be honest with you. I mean, what can you get from a garbage can? You can paint a garbage can pink, put a bone in it, it's still a garbage can, right? Yeah. So what can come out of me? Nothing but toxicity, right? Mm-hmm. And that's all you gonna get from me. So I didn't know what. So trying to fit the imagination part of what the TV taught you, because I'm wondering why my mama wasn't Claire Huxtable, when my daddy couldn't be Bill Huxtable. But then again, they do got some similarities. So except for my daddy didn't pop no pill in my mama thing. Anyway, that's crazy, man. When you go from abuse to abuse. That's in the house. That's in the homes. That's in two different houses, and then going into not just my parents, man, family members, man. Mm. I had a cousin that raped me, man. I ain't gonna say the name, but I'm just talking about, man. When you turn, man, this is kind of sensitive, but when you get to a place when the people that's supposed to protect you, you need protection from, man. Mm. Fucks you up. Excuse my language, y'all, but that will fuck you up. That will really fuck you up. You ain't got nobody to protect you, man. So how do you protect yourself? I mean, for a long time I went on in life allowing abuse happen to me, man. Physically, sexually, verbally, emotionally, and mentally. I just had to let it go. Because I didn't know how to feel for myself. But if you stepped on my toe, I would punch your ass, nigga. Because you would become a punching bag.
Your pinky toe?
And you would, man. That pinky toe with that big corn on it. I got pretty feet. Don't pay no attention to him.
Hold on. One thing I do want to ask right quick is, because I know there's a lot of women out here that gets molested and they don't know how to really talk about it or anything like that. What is one thing that you could tell them that could help them out?
I would suggest, especially if you're in a school, there should be a social worker, and that's why I believe they should put social workers back into the school. Mm-hmm. Because okay, you can tell a friend, but your friend ain't got no. Some friends ain't got no. Especially if you got somebody just as crazy as you is as a friend, and they don't know what to do, and all she just do is got your secret. Mm-hmm. And so it's just somebody who just holding your secret, Mm-hmm. We want to get somebody that can help you address the issue. That's why a social worker or somebody that can help you, man. Mm-hmm. Not just a friend, unless you and a friend can go call DCFS together. Yeah. Mm.
And most of that.
Or just tell. Don't be afraid to tell. I'm telling you, don't be afraid to tell. Cause I'm gonna give you a real nugget right here. Because after all them years of abuse from my father, I know a lot of people ain't whatever. I don't give a shit. After a lot of abuse from my father, when I got myself together and I was going to see him and he tried to come on to me, and for the first time, that nigga said something to me. Excuse my language, not nigga. Can I say Negro, ninja? Yeah. He said something to me and I said, excuse my language. That's your motherfucking problem. And it was the first fucking time I stood up for my fucking self. And when I realized it, I was like 38.
Wow.
38. So that's how long this shit been going on. Yeah. And so, but it stopped because it stopped in a certain amount of time. But anyway, what I'm saying is that if I could have been had that courage to say that back when it first was starting to happen, when I woke up with his head between my legs, or the time he was in my ears, or he was bothering me, man, do you understand? And so that's what a part I had to forgive myself in, because I had a voice. And I could have said something, but I was so dumbed down and watered down or conditioned to believe I wasn't shit. Or I was a mistake, or I didn't belong with them. My mama said, so I went to my daddy said, I go to my daddy said, he doing this. It's like,
yeah. You don't have no outlet.
No fucking outlet. Yeah. But to whip somebody's ass. Anybody who steps on my toe.
Because, when I was younger, I was dealing with abuse from both sides as well. Mm-hmm. And I always felt like a loner. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning now as I'm getting older to value relationships with myself and people around me, that means something to me. But when you going from this way, you say what?
I said, you don't answer your phone.
Girl, I don't answer my phone for nobody. No, but when you have these two hierarchies in your life, and they're there to protect you, and they're not, because they're dealing with their own demons. Their own demons, and it's generational, passed down. But you know what though? Forgiving, with me, forgiving is this here. See, I can forgive you, but I don't want to fuck with you. See, I don't want. See, people, leave that alone. See, when I forgive you, but I just don't fuck with you no more. Don't call me, don't say nothing else to me, because your damage is done. And it's not one episode. It's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this is years over just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But to get you back to you, that is the most loneliest part for a child to not have none of their parents, mother or father, that's positive or helping you get along through life, man. Yeah. Instead, they are spewing their own demons on you, right. And they don't even
projecting
know.
it.
Yeah, projecting. You know what I'm saying? So. And they don't even know it because they don't even know that they're sick probably in that moment.
Let me ask you a question about that, because that is the definition of generational trauma, and we talked about that a little bit in the previous episode. But the thing that's in therapy that's really hard, takes a lot of courage, is this thing that what you just said. You said the parents project their own unhealed wounds onto you.
Yes.
And for a child, that can be a very lonely place. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of resiliency to overcome that. But in terms of forgiveness, it's one of those things where you have this anger towards your parents, and as you said, forgiveness is about your own healing, because they did not get healed from their own traumas. Yeah. So do you blame them? Do you look at them like this is your fault, their fault?
Well, me personally, I feel as a parent, whatever you're dealing with and have done with, when it comes to a child, I just believe that you need to let all that go. That doesn't matter. I think you can.
What if they don't know? Remember that's what you said.
Go ahead.
Check this out. This is because what I found out is that my father. See, I asked questions. I went to go find out, why is you like that? I need to know why you like that towards me. He was molested. Okay? And it wasn't by a parent, but he was molested. And then the other trauma that he went through. And the other trauma that he went through. And my mama trauma that she went through. She bitter too. So I'm looking at them. So when you say, is it their fault? In some degree, of course it is. And then in another degree, nah. But my father was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Not only that, he done had some dumb blind fool telling him that it was okay to do what the things he was doing because he was doing what he was doing to his family. And so you got a blind person lead another blind person. So people get to bleeding on each other. You understand what I'm saying?
But it went that way in these black families, especially when we was growing up.
It ain't just black families, white families too.
I mean, everybody. But what I'm saying to you, like right now, if molestation going on right now, you find out they getting their ass pop, but you know they.
Did nobody do a damn thing when I told them about my daddy?
Because it's been going on since
I got beat up.
Great grandmas, the great grandmas. You know what I'm saying? So it's been trickling down. But now we the last of the generation that was affected by it. I mean, not affected by it. But now, if somebody get caught doing that, believe me, they dying, they going to jail, or they getting their ears beat together, point blank.
Are you going to reap what you saw? Because my daddy died an ugly death.
He did?
Yeah, he had cancer. He had cancer everywhere.
That ain't funny.
No, it ain't funny, but he had it everywhere. But I was able. I went down there to take care of my daddy. Yeah. He told me to go back home, and then my brother robbed him from all the property.
Yeah.
Stole my dog on 2 units. Anyway. Yeah. My half brother. Yeah. So in the last words that my brother told me, and the last words came out of his mouth that he heard him say was my name.
Right.
Was my name. What's my name?
That was guilt. That was guilt.
When did you come to a point where you recognized that the forgiveness that you wanted to have was for you? When did you recognize that you were able or had the strength to let go of all that had been done to you?
Because I'm gonna tell you what happened. For some years I was like out there really bad, some different places. I'm not gonna speak on that, but I had to come to I had to realize that my mother and my brother Jeffrey, he was dead and my mother was dead. Now I was harboring. It started with them. That was the foundation. It started over there with them, and I was still mad at them. At the age of 38, man, I was still mad and they was dead and gone. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you mad and you still trying to do this? Who you gonna blame now? They ain't even here. You been blaming them. You been mad at Jeffrey since she was 2. You were mad at somebody from 2 since they was 2 because he set the house on fire. I wanted my Barbie, doggone it. Anyway.
She was a black Barbie back there. You got her back.
Shut up. Anyway, I just knew, man, that all this time, whatever I was thinking, my perception was so warped and so sick and so toxic and so messed up that I needed another way to think. Mm-hmm. And so whatever my belief system and everything I was holding on to got me where I was, and so I had to release that. Mm-hmm. So in order to release that, let me tell you something. My mother and my brother dead and gone. But nowadays, I wish my mama could see me. Don't get me wrong, because she apologized to me. But I was too busy. Yup. I knew she didn't like me. See, I told y'all she didn't like me. I was too busy doing this. Being mad at her and pointing the finger. You know what I'm saying? And she had died. She was real sick. And that's why she was bitter. She was sick, diabetic, and all that stuff. Eyes blind and everything happened to her. And then, Okay, and so that just threw me off.
No, we're talking about you letting go, recognizing that you.
Yeah, so when I realized that I was holding all this animosity against somebody who I had already, to be honest with you, I just really wanted a relationship with them. Mm. When I realized, because that's even with my daddy.
Not a toxic relationship.
No, I just wanted a relationship. I wanted to be a part of. Remember, I was the mistake, and then I was always isolated or pushed out to the side. You know what I'm saying, or rejected or something like that. I just wanted to be a part of it. And then here it is. I'm getting myself together, and I'm mad at these people. And all I really wanted to say is, I think I got enough strength to say I got a voice now to say I just wanted to be a part of the family. That's it. I just wanted to be your daughter. Even if it was a mistake that I came here, can you accept me right now? You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, she did apologize, but and my belief says she only apologized because I'm screwed up right now. I'm all tore up in the streets, messed up, and all the stuff that's going on with me. And so that's what made me realize that, man, I'm harboring stuff against people. I'm 38. I'm harboring against stuff against people from the age of 2 to, I think I left when I was 15. My mom put me out when I was 15 and went to go stay with my daddy. And that abuse, I ain't even done that. But I've been mad at them all that time, man.
Yeah.
All that's too long to be carrying some type of resentments and anger towards somebody who just said you was a mistake. Mm-hmm. I wish like hell I never walked out that door or never left that house, or she'd have said something for me to stay. Don't go or came and got me up on me.
Did you miss your parents?
Yeah, I guess I miss my mama and my daddy. And let me tell you something, because I always thought my daddy had the key to why I ain't got a real relationship that's not toxic. Mm-hmm. So I said, if he just treated me right, he'd just make the man sit down. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna screw over my daughter, and the man gonna act right. Mm-hmm. Daddy down.
Too many moves.
Yeah, too many moves, nigga.
So did you ever go seek out a therapist and see?
Yeah.
Okay. At what point in life did you
I was on medication. You can see.
When did you come to that conclusion? Like, you know what? I need to see someone.
I've been in hospitals. I've been in the mental hospitals. One, I needed some rest sometimes. And sometimes they had medication. They can help you go to sleep. They got you high. And then not only that, I need to go away because I would say I'm finna kill myself, but when you really finna kill yourself, you ain't finna announce it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to help. I didn't want to die. And I just didn't want to die only existing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I went into hospitals. And I went to get myself together, get some help. And I got me some help.
How old were you when you started doing
that? About 28, 29. Okay. I wasn't paying attention at first.
Yeah.
None of that. I was just going because I was getting a check. Is this being recorded? No, I'm not paying nothing back. Anyway, to get it for real, I'm being gut honest, man. To get a check, man, so I can continue doing the things I want to do. Mm-hmm. And so, but it eventually I had to realize that I was really sick, man. I'm jumping out of my ex-husband car. I was doing some crazy stuff, man. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going with a man who ran me over with a car. I mean, me and cars don't get along.
Did you like stunt men when you was little?
Yes, I did. I like Evil Knievel.
Yeah, I could figure that. I could probably figure it.
You know?
So would you say that when you started to seeing someone seriously, that was a difference maker for you, actually going to see a therapist and taking that seriously?
Yeah. And see, I wanted to participate in life. I can't tell you what normal is because it's still, you can't tell me. We wear masks today, so is that supposed to be normal? What is your normal, and what do normal really look like? That's mental illness in some of everybody, man. Some insecurity, some type of depression somewhere. So I just wanted to live a life with a clear mind, without the racing thoughts like the young man, because they were racing. I was being attacked in my head. Yeah. I was like, no, Mookie, no! Okay. But anyway, I got the help. I was on medication. I got off the medication. The doctor took me off the medication. They weaned me down because I went back to school. I got my GED, from a GED, associate degree, bachelor's degree, and now I work in a mental health hospital.
Wow.
I'm not going to tell you the hospital because this is being recorded. I need my job. Anyway, I do it. I work in behavior, mental health, and I analyze through the IM cans thing I do intakes.
Yeah, wow.
At a nice hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm on the other side of the counter. You know, and so I'm grateful for that because I mean, who best to help a person and help them set up a treatment plan is somebody that's actually been through it
and healed.
Yeah, and healed.
Yeah. Courtney, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I think your experience, your insights were invaluable, and I think that when I think of your story, the single word that comes to mind is resiliency. And I think one of the things that's really important for our community is resiliency. Mm-hmm. How to come back from trauma and abuse and what have you, to lead what you said. I I just want to participate in life.
Yeah.
I think that's a very powerful, powerful sentiment. And that's something that I think A Quiet Enemy is all about, helping people try to figure out how to participate in life. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate that.
Thank you too, Fred. I love you, man. You awesome, man. And I want you to know that you have helped me get to a point where I'm at right now, to identify with things that's what's going on with me, even at a time when I didn't know and refused to not even look at it. So I want to tell you that I love you and thank you, man. Real talk.
Thank you.
I want to tell everybody. Oh, hold on. We have to get into Dre's Corner. We're going to give you a synopsis of what was that the word I'm looking for?
Summary is fine.
Summary is fine. But yeah, let's get into Dre's Corner real quick, y'all.
So, just a couple of things I think were rather significant in our discussion today. One of the things I think is important is the real specific quiet enemy in your story for a lot of people is molestation. And I think the thing that's really important is that that's one of the crimes against humanity that happens to young girls and boys all the time, and it's one of the most underreported crimes that are out there, for fear of ostracization, for fear of retaliation, for fear of being further abused or not believed or not protected. It goes on, and most of the time it goes on. It happens to children because the perpetrator was once a victim of molestation. So my what I really want to convey to the audience is, if you know someone, or if you in fact have been a victim or are a victim of abuse, tell someone. Take the chances and tell someone. Tell a school social worker, a teacher, somebody that you feel like you can trust, someone that what you believe has your best interest at hand. The other thing I think that's really significant is when we're already victims of abuse and all sorts of traumas, in order for us to be able to participate back in life, one of the key things you're going to have to be able to do is two things. You're going to have to forgive others who have hurt you, and you're going to have to forgive yourself. Forgiveness is the key to allowing yourself back into coming to the life of living. You have to be able to forgive. I think that's a very critical piece. And I think the last piece that's really important is, you mentioned paranoid schizophrenia. And that is something that it happens to a lot of us, and it's often, particularly in the black community, goes undiagnosed. He's crazy, he's having a fit, or like a lot of us say, that person's bipolar, when like schizophrenia... A little bit, right? but that's a very heavy label to put on people. Schizophrenia is when a person is suffering from delusions, from extreme paranoia, from disorganized thinking. They're thinking people are out to get them. They're seeing things, hearing voices, that sort of thing. In most cases, schizophrenia has a genetic base to it. So somebody in the family pool has had it before you and has passed on that gene to you. But it also can be induced by social circumstances, lots of stress in the environment. There is medication for schizophrenia. There's no known specific cause for schizophrenia. But the thing that's really important about understanding schizophrenia is that typically the onset is around between 18 and 22 years of age. That's usually typically the onset of schizophrenia. And once you see someone experiencing exhibiting these behaviors of maybe extreme delusions or paranoia or disorganized thinking, these could be telltale signs that they may be going through schizophrenia, and you should involve someone. You should tell someone, because a lot of times we'll just say, "Oh, that person's crazy," and they could be having an episode. So that's Dre's Corner, and thank you for listening.
Before we close out, I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to Quiet Enemy Podcast. We'd like to thank my co-host, Dr. Dre, a.k.a. Dr. Frank Lavish. We got Courtney Davis. Thank you, sweetheart. We D'Angelo, you got anything to say before we close out?
No, thank you for tuning in, like Moose said, and see y'all in the next episode.
Peace. I'm thinking about the day that my brother died, and all them tears that my mama cried, and all them drugs had my brain fried. I was knocking girls down